and we want to tell the youth the dangers of eating disorderly. And today with me in the studio are some lovely guests that will be telling us more about eating disorder. I have Mrs. Mary Vincent Arobundade in the studio today. She's a lecturer, and it's good to have her in our program. You're welcome to this program.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma. You look like a youth.
I
It's
am.
good. It's good to have you. And I also have a youth in the studio, Adiola Adeoye. You're welcome to this program.
Thanks for having me, man.
Okay. So now we are looking at eating disorder. Before I go to our lecturer in the studio, she's not a lecturer yet. Anyway, before go to Mrs. Harobun, I'll be going to the youth to tell us what she understands about eating disorder. What's your opinion about eating disorder?
Eating disorder are serious health issues that affect both the mental and physical system.
Mental, physical system of a
Yeah.
person.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let me go to Mrs. Harobun Dade. What's your opinion about eating disorder? Eating disorder.
Okay, eating disorders are psychological behaviors as a result of an extreme disturbance in eating behaviors of individuals, the eating habits and all, which could be as a result of an obsession with food, eating lots of food, body weight, body shape and sizes.
Okay.
And in severe cases, it can lead to serious health consequences, and if left untreated, can also lead to death.
Wow.
It's
That's
also
serious.
yes, that's serious.
Wow, wow, wow.
And it's also regarded as a mental illness.
Mental illness. Why do you say mental illness? Is it that the person is mad or something? I don't understand.
Not mad, because when you say something is psychological, it affects you mentally too, because it's a thing of the mind, and the mental things apart from the brain, it has to do with the mind.
Okay.
So that's why I say it could also be a mental illness.
So why are people prone to eating disorder? You've already told us the mental stuff. Why do people go into it? Why is it that mostly it's even youth that even go into this eating disorder thing?
Okay, eating disorders are common amongst youth because the youths or teenagers or adolescents are at a particular stage in their lives where they are experiencing psychological and physical developments which they are not used to. It's a stage whereby they are confused, they're experiencing stress, changes in physical features and the likes. And you know, individuals differ. So you manage all these stress and confusions differently.
Yes, it's
So
true.
some of them, that's a period whereby they now
They
have
eat a lot.
role models. They have role models they
Okay.
look up to. Peer pressure sets in and all. Then they want to be like, they are, with the advent of social media,
Celebrities
they
and-
want to be like celebrities and all. Then sometimes they can, if they are not being guided or directed properly, they can fall into depression and all. So because of all these things, some can resort into food. Their self-esteem is also reduced. So because of that, some might want to lose weight, while some find solace in eating.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Diola, do you worry about your weight and body shape more often?
Yes.
Why?
Yes. Because there are some people that just look up to me and say, "You
You're
look
too
thin,
fat."
you look whatever," and I can't start as body shaming.
Okay.
So that kind of thing, I really think people should stop the habit of saying, "Ah, you are thin, or you look pale, you look this," because it sounds as body shaming, and I don't like that. So
because of that, you want to eat
because of
more.
that, I want to eat and at least add weight.
Okay, but we can see it in line what you just said now. So do you
Yes.
think that will not in a way affect one if one continue in that
And it
habit?
depends on how much I eat at the time. It depends on what I eat and all that. It depends on what I eat.
That means still you can still control it because
Yes, I can still control it.
okay. So now what types of eating disorder do we have?
Okay, in adolescents, there are three types of eating disorders that are common. We have anorexia nervosa, we have binge eating disorder, and we also have bulimia nervosa.
Can you explain all these big grammars?
Anorexia nervosa is a severe fear of being overweight,
Okay.
which have a severe fear of being overweight, which results into extreme weight loss, extreme
Okay.
thinness. When I say extreme, it's not that you're just slim.
Well,
You are
these are
visibly
thin.
slim, whereby your ribs and all are showing.
I
So
think
it's
that goes for most of the models that
yeah, it happens. It's in fact that extreme thinness is as a result of self-starvation, and it's mostly common in females.
Wow.
It's mostly common in females. At the same time, it's not as common as bulimia nervosa and binge eating diets that I mentioned. and it's also the highest cause of mortality. So it's the one that leads to
Mortality,
death
death, wow.
amongst all the eating disorders I just mentioned. While the binge eating disorder itself, that one is a compulsive eating habit whereby
Awoof
the,
or free
no,
food.
the individual can't control it. The person
Just continue
eats a
eating.
large quantity of food within a very short period of time continuously. So the food I wouldn't be able to finish ordinarily within a certain time, that person will gobble it at once. So that one
And
happens.
still be looking for more.
Then you know, even when the person isn't hungry, you want to eat.
I think that's a sickness or something.
It is. It's,
Wow.
That's why we say it's a disorder. It's,
Wow.
it's an illness. So you just keep eating. You want to eat. You can't control it. Meanwhile, bulimia nervosa itself is a serious eating disorder also, whereby there is a cycle of binge eating. You know, binge eating, like I said, you just want to eat. But the difference is that in bulimia nervosa, there's what is called a compensatory behavior. That behavior is such that, you know, you are eating so much, but at the same
Because
time, you want to avoid something. So
Okay.
when the person keeps eating so much, the compensatory behavior is such that the person wants to avoid being overweight, and the
Okay.
behaviors attached to this are vomiting. When the person eats,
Purposely
you
vomiting.
deliberately go to vomit. You purge. You do compulsive exercise,
Exercise.
all the time. You are more or less an addict, you know, this fit farm addict. Yet you are eating,
And
eating,
still
eating.
continue eating those
Do you
things that will
get?
add weight.
Then they
to
start
us.
getting addicted to laxatives
Wow.
and the likes.
What's the meaning of laxative? Sorry, I'm asking because of our audience outside. Let's
Okay,
hear more.
laxatives are medications that are taken so as to
Slim
aid-
down.
No, I think by aid digestion, allow
Okay.
you
Okay.
excrete whatever food so that you're not filled up. That's what laxatives do.
Okay.
Take them.
So
first.
that the person eats and eat and eat and eats. You think there's a solution to that? Can someone just be eating and eating? That one is even faster. I think that one is even faster to cause mortality.
Okay, so when a person eats and eats, that's that compulsive eating, you know, control and all that. It's more or less it's a mental thing, it's psychological. So let's talk about control of disorders generally.
Yes.
It depends on the severity of
Okay.
the eating disorder. So we have mental counseling, mental
Okay.
health counseling. So for someone that eats and eats all the time, might need to see a
Counselor,
yes,
wow.
so that you know there might be factors that are predisposing that person to such habits.
Okay.
Then apart from that, we have nutritional health counseling. Yeah, the patient is attached to a dietitian.
Okay.
So the meals will now be rationed, you know, they tell you the quantity you need and all that till it's balanced, so you
Okay.
can control it. Then apart from that, we have medical care.
Okay.
In some cases, you have to be in the hospital. Some might even be admitted for that period. Then some, it might just be medications they need, maybe antidepressants, because all these sometimes they get depressed.
Okay.
So it might be antidepressants that will be given to them.
Okay. Let me go back to the youth. To Diola that is representing the youth. Diola, what from you've heard what Mr. Ruben that they have said so far.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
from your own opinion, what do you think are the causes of people eating disorderly?
I guess depression due to people body shaming and all that, they can fall into depression and overthink, and with that they will start eating enough food. Some people will even resort to taking weight gain pills and all that. And apart from that, we have trauma too can cause it and others.
Okay, if people are taking weight, because I've seen people that wants to gain weight and continue taking weight gain pills or taking some beverages just to add weight. Is there a side effect to that too?
Well, like weight gain pills are not, if it's not prescribed by the doctor. From my own view, if it's not prescribed by the doctor, there might be side effects, but some of them contain ingredients that can make you drowsy.
Okay.
There are some
just sleeping anyhow.
yes, so you can't drive and all that. And there are some that have interaction with other things, other medications the person might be having. So it's best that it's prescribed.
Okay. So are there certain personality traits more common in individuals with eating disorders?
Yes, sometimes they could be depressed. They could be depressed. They could be moody. You don't want to relate with other people. Then when they want to eat, some of them, you find them they hide to
Yeah.
eat so that people don't see the
What they are
quantity of
eating.
food they are eating.
Especially those that eat too much,
So,
I think
yes.
so. Okay.
So they hide and all. Then their self-esteem. Some of them their self-esteem is
It's
low.
low. Wow.
So because of that, they are not comfortable in their size and body shape and weight and all.
But normally, if somebody eats normally, eats well, is there anything wrong with that? Maybe you are plumpy, you are not too slim. Is there anything? Because people always say you are fat, you are this, you are that. So
Okay, and that was before when we didn't understand what body shaming or the effects of body shaming was then. But now with social media research and all, we are more aware. So
Okay.
we know the right words to say. Even if a person is fat, you don't tell a person outright that, oh, you are fat. There are some ways to say it in a complimentary
Wow, okay.
manner. That you
Like,
say
person
it.
not
So,
feel
yeah,
offended.
you get. And there are some ways to say it that person might be suicidal. That's the
true.
thing.
Wow.
So body shaming at all, we need to avoid that.
Okay. And Jola, do you avoid certain food for reasons other than allergies or religious reason?
Yes, yes.
What kind of food do you avoid?
Like eating vegetables. Eating vegetables.
So you don't
I
like eating
purge a lot when I eat vegetables.
Okay, it's
So,
reacting to you.
Yes. I
Okay, it's
don't
not as
eat-
if because of some certain thing that's why you don't want to eat vegetables.
no.
But there are other vegetables too, like carrots. Let's even know
The-
balanced diet now, so that we'll know how side, we'll know what to eat. Because now she's saying she doesn't eat vegetables. I think it's the green leaves we are talking
Yeah,
about.
yes, I don't eat vegetables.
But there are
Especially
other
the
kind
But
of
it depends
vegetables.
on the quantity. Fine, not, vegetables aid digestion. Like if when a person is constipated, they tell you take lots of vegetables,
Vegetable,
take
yeah.
fruits and all. But for a person that purges when taking, it depends on the quantity because you can't avoid vegetables entirely
Completely, yeah.
because of the nutrients
Yes.
therein. So it might just be a little quantity. If I would take a full bowl of salad, you wouldn't. So it might just be a
That's why
little.
that salad might even be, is it not carrots?
It might
and
just
the-
even be
Ehen,
cabbage and
but she's
carrots.
looking at the
I'm looking at
the green leaves.
Green leaf vegetables.
So that's what I want you to tell us more
So
about.
like the green leaves, that's what I'm saying. It might just be even if it's vegetable soup itself, it might
Yes.
just be a little quantity.
If she's not taking the vegetable soup, what other thing can she take to
Fruits.
get that? Okay.
She can take fruits.
Okay.
Yes,
like
because most of the
carrot, okay.
nutrients that are present in vegetables,
Are
green
there.
leafy vegetables,
Okay.
are present in fruits.
So how important
Then
is
doesn't-
it for us to eat balanced diet?
It's very important to take a balanced diet so that you can be healthy, so that a person can grow well and you also boost your immunity.
Okay. Does it help your reading faculty? Because I think you are in a
Yes,
in
yes,
a,
yes.
in
If
a
you don't-
teaching environment.
Yes,
Some students might not eat properly. How they react in the class, how they behave, their
It's-
performance.
of course, researchers have shown over time that the nutritional status of an individual, or especially students, affects their academic performance. From researches, we've seen that. That
Okay.
is why you see a student that is indigent, a student that is not eating, that is not surviving in school, might not perform as well as that. Even if you use secondary school pupils alone, a child that doesn't eat from home
We're sleeping or
will be
distracted. or
sleeping, will be
something.
distracted, won't be, willing to learn, won't have that zeal, and unlike a child that is well fed, well taken care of nutritionally, there is always a difference. So you can't overemphasize the importance of a balanced diet.
Okay. For the youth now, let me go to you. We have youth that likes mineral. You like all this junk foods. So why is it that most youth like going to that aspect, like taking all those things more of like you just said about the vegetable? I don't think maybe the vegetable is even making it to purge, but because you prefer all those stuff. So let's say from me, why do youth go into all those things more?
Most people believe that taking soft drink, carbonated drink, make them
A big girl.
yes,
you know?
to even add to some people's weight. Some people say taking carbonated drink will make you fat or that. So they tend to take it more and more.
Not
every
just
time.
with other junks like
With
all
oth-
this
snacks.
Yes,
snacks
yes,
and
all these things as a result of believing that they will make you add weight. So they take
or you are a big girl taking it all.
exactly. Big girl,
So
sure.
let's look at this junk thing of this junk food and all this carbonated. How dangerous are they to our health?
Carbonated drinks. Okay, like recently we've heard that there's what's called aspartame.
Okay.
Aspartame that is present in Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
And some of these things, ingredients are cancerous. Some
Wow.
of them cause kidney failures and the likes. So now we are being warned. We don't even know if it's a market gimmick, maybe to market Coca-Cola, because
Okay.
sometimes they do that. And all
Yes,
these
yes,
things.
yes.
But we know that from studies, carbonated drinks are not entirely safe. They are not healthy for us. they are not healthy. Then junk foods, so especially youths, some of them go into it because maybe laziness, they don't want to
Don't want to
cook
cook.
and all. Do
I'm a
you
big
get
girl.
they
I'm
don't want
taking
to
a
cook, and it's the easiest. You just grab a snack, grab a drink, and all that. But in the long run, it won't provide the needed nutrients.
And I'm not sure there is balanced diet.
It's not balanced. It's simple. So okay, like the snacks now, they are mostly composed of flour. Other nutrients are
I'm
missing.
not there.
They are missing, and when you take it, you start accumulating your carb level, your fat or carbohydrates level. So you are taking the nutrients that are not necessary for you, and that could be harmful. Then the
Okay.
carbonated drinks too. Fine, you can have a Coke, maybe a bottle of Coke in a week or something, but and all
In
these
a
things
week.
in a whole, yes. Well, because
Okay,
these things
oh.
can be very addictive.
It's true.
That's the
Yes.
thing. Carbonated drinks can be
Some
very.
people cannot eat without taking.
They can't. I
this
know of
carbonated
someone
drink.
that every day. So it's easy to get addicted to it, and they are not entirely safe. They are not healthy, and they even cost more.
Yeah,
That's the
Bill.
thing.
It's even expensive now.
Yes.
Okay. So are you fearful of gaining weight?
I'm not fearful of gaining weight.
Yeah, because you're
You want
slim
to
Because
already.
I'm saying I want weight.
Okay. So do you regularly eat what others may consider to be a large quantity of food at a time?
I don't really eat much at a time, but I prefer eating it a bit.
Bit by
little,
bit.
little,
I have
bit
people
by
like that
bit.
that eat bit by bit.
Bit
What
by
kind of
bit.
system of eating is that? Is it they might okay? Somebody might just be talking to someone that eats maybe at once, and maybe later before the person will eat again to be at night.
Okay.
But you are eating bit by bit, and you feel oh you are eating too much. Why are you eating too much? But you might eat 5 times before that person
Yes,
eats
the person
again.
that is taking bits by bits. By the time you compile or you accumulate all what the person has eaten, the quantity might be more than what
somebody
you
that
have
eats
eaten.
once.
That's the thing. So they take in between foods, junks.
Is it their system that allows that?
It's
or
an
what?
habit.
Okay.
It's an habit. It's lack of discipline, I would say.
Okay.
It's an habit. Initially, I wanted to say maybe they are picky eaters, but this is not about being a picky eater.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an habit that they devise over time. So they just must have something to munch here and there at all times. But in the long run, those bits by bits, by the time you put them together, the quantity is most definitely going to be more.
Okay, now let's look at the role of parents in this issue of eating disorderly. Most especially mothers. Sometimes we just give our children all kind of junks, and we don't even watch what they eat because sometimes we are not even available to even watch what they eat. So how important is it for parents to watch what children eat? Because from there they grow into youth, grow into teenager, grow into youth, and this habit is formed.
Okay. In the home, the mother is basically the one in charge of
The
the
kitchen,
meals.
okay,
Yes, the meals. In a home whereby you already have a planned timetable, you have a meal schedule, that you've put all the nutrients into consideration, the foods and all, and you give the children meals as at when due. When it's time for breakfast, they get to eat their breakfast. When it's time for lunch, they get that and all that. The children grow with that. It becomes an habit. They know.
Okay.
They know. Most times, where there's no regulated schedule for eating, that is when they just give you money, go and buy this one here, or go and buy that one there. You just eat randomly and all. So there's no pattern.
Okay.
So you tend to eat anything over time. Then, as regards eating disorders, like I said initially, it's a psychological thing, and that results from
Even when the parents are eating, they are not eating properly. So how do they give their children good education on eating?
Then, like that is in disorder thing. When I say it's psychological, sometimes it's probably because in the family. I said sometimes
It's
children
hereditary.
maybe it could be genetic too. Then some children that are depressed, or maybe in the home they don't have hearing parents, listening parents. When something is bothering them, okay, like a child that is being bullied in school, you're too fat, you're too thin, and you come home, nobody
To
reassures
talk to you. Okay.
that you're fine, there's nothing wrong with you and all that. You can decide to resort to eating to find comfort in it. So it's important that the
Or
parents
not to eat at all.
or not to eat at all, that I'm too fat, I will start starving and everything. So it's important that the parents are open to their children. We are available for them, especially the youths, because like I said, it's a stage whereby they're confused. There's peer pressure here, they're confused, they're getting aware of themselves and all that. They need somebody. Their emotions are in a turmoil. So they need a guidance. They need someone to rely on. That, oh yes, this person is here for me, and it's the home. It's not from outside. They will get that. So if they don't get all that from the family, or from the family, they can easily resort to eating
Okay.
or losing weight. Then in a situation whereby the parents expect so much too, over expectation from the child, that one too can make a child.
I think
depressed.
parents does that
Yes,
a lot.
they want them to be this. Oh yeah, no, you have to follow my pressure. You have to come first. A child that is depressed and has so many things wrong and all, it can affect the child's eating habits too. You might lose interest in food completely too,
Okay.
because you're not happy. And the home, the parents, the mother, the father that are supposed to be there for you, and
They're
not
the one even pressurizing you
you
the more.
get.
So
Okay, so some of the signs of eating disorder, like for instance, like bulimia, you find out that a person that is experiencing bulimia eats compulsively,
okay.
in the sense that okay, sometimes in the home you just find that food is missing. Yes, the food is missing, or you find the wrappers of food that have been eaten under the chair, under the bed, hidden in different places. Then for someone that is experiencing anorexia
Okay.
nervosa, the person's some of the signs that the person's self-esteem is linked significantly to body shape and size. Then the person's greatest fear is being overweight. You're always afraid, you're checking all the time. Then for bulimia, you're always doing exercises, you're fasting, and yet you're eating so much and you're
Okay. So now we don't have much time, but before we go, let's what do you have to tell? What do you have to tell fellow youth outside there to eat properly, not to eat disorder?
I think youths outside they should at least get the fruits when they are eating. They should take their meal with the fruits, so that at least it will aid digestion.
Digestion.
And according to my mom, she used to say, even if I don't want to eat vegetables still like that, she'll make sure when she's cooking for rice, she will put a little leaf inside. Is either vegetable ugu or any other leaf to make the stew, because she say it gives more nutrients. So we should find a way to eat more fruits and
And
eat.
people think it's expensive, but they are cheaper
And
vegetables.
fruits are even cheaper than taking coke. They are cheaper than taking coke. You
Can
can
get
even you
watermelon,
can get
you can
watermelon of 100 naira, but you cannot, even now you cannot get drink of 100 naira. So
Okay. Ma, your take to people at home, especially the youth, on eating disorder.
Okay, so on eating disorders, one of the things I would say is be comfortable in your own skin, your own size. Be comfortable. You are enough. You always have to know that you are enough. Don't let anybody body shame you. Don't be bullied. No matter what anybody says, it is not you. It is not about you, it's about them.
Okay.
So that you are not pushed to things, depression
not
and
supposed
all.
to
Do you get? And the home too. Like the parents need to be available to these youths, because you are the first point of call for them before they start getting advices and all outside. You're supposed to be their first point of role models, not them seeing role models in celebrities who are only packaging.
Abio, it's
You want to-
packaging.
You want to be slim like this person, or you want to be like this person and all that. It's all packaging. You are enough.
You are enough. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming, and thank you, viewers at home, for being there. You've heard it from my guest, and the last take she just gave you is you are enough for yourself. You are good the way you are. Don't overdo things. Until come your way again on the same program next week. Bye bye. Bye bye.
and fake promises of education and job opportunities to trick their victims. Sex trafficking is the most common form of human trafficking. Sex traffickers use force and fraud to transport and